excited about having Satish Kumar here today to talk to us. It's a fantastic opportunity, especially amidst this doom and gloom of so many disappointments and frustrations in the environmental field. But you can't say, after today, you really can't say that you don't get any Satish faction from this.
First of all, I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude to Pam and to Brother Hugh. Where are you, Brother Hugh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Thank you for hosting this event in your beautiful friary and getting Resurgence group together. I had a wonderful opportunity to visit the friary for 15 minutes, a very whistle-stop visit, but it's a beautiful place, and especially being converted from a farmhouse into a friary. That's a very nice idea, rather than building especially for the religious purpose. And actually, St. Francis is the patron saint of Resurgence.
Oh. Wow.
And more than that, he is patron saint of whole of ecology movement. And we were just looking at in the chapel, the cross and the Jesus, and Brother Hugh said that this is African Jesus, and then I said, and then we have Asian Jesus, and then we have European Jesus, and then we have American Jesus, and then we have universal Jesus.
African St. Francis it was, but there are African Jesus.
St. Francis?
Yes, African St.
Okay,
Francis.
universal St. Francis. And actually, St. Francis and Jesus are one. So if I make a mistake calling St. Francis Jesus and calling Jesus St. Francis, this is a cosmic Jesus. When I say universal Jesus and universal St. Francis, it's a cosmic Jesus and cosmic St. Francis. And Jesus and St. Francis and all the great teachers of the world, the Buddha, Lao Tzu, Mahatma Gandhi, Muhammad, Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, in our time and in the ancient times, they all embody that universal spirit. Because we humans have this tendency to divide ourselves. And we say, oh, I'm English, or I'm from Dorset, or you are Devonian, or I'm Scottish, or I'm French, or I'm American, or I'm Hindu, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm a Christian. We get hooked into labels. But we have to go in the Friary of St. Francis, we have to go beyond our labels. So before I'm an Indian, before I'm a Hindu or Jain or Buddhist, before my name, before my title, all those things are labels. Before all that, we are all members of one human family, one human community. And before we are members of one human family, we are members of the Earth community. The entire planet Earth is our home. And all the species in this planet Earth, from butterflies, to bees, to mosquitoes, to tigers, to elephants, to earthworms, whatever there is, they are all members of one family. And this is why it's called ecology. You know, the word ecology comes from Greek root, ekos and logos. The two words, ekos and logos, make ecology. The ekos word means home. And the Pope Francis, not St. Francis, but Pope Francis of our Vatican, he has issued the latest encyclical in which has translated this idea of ecology as planet Earth, our common home.
Yes, lovely.
And as you look after your home, you repair it, you love it, you clean it, you wash it, you maintain it, you keep it beautiful and intact and its integrity. In the same spirit, we have to maintain and look after whole of our planet Earth. And I've heard that this Sunday, David Attenborough is going to talk about planet Earth and ocean Earth. and the marine conservation. And that's a very good thing that he's going to talk about it. And so, Resurgence magazine, which this group has invited me to speak, has been here for 50 years. And Resurgence magazine was the voice of ecology, of spirituality, of social justice. Because these three things are not separate. And this is why I have created a new trinity for our time. In our old trinities, I mean, even we have our Christian trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But then when I have to ask Brother Hugh, so when we say Father, wonderful. We honor our Father and we bow to our Father. But we have to also remember Mother. We cannot forget our Mother. Without Mother, there can be no Father. And so, Father and Mother come together. And then we say Son. Of course, we bow to Jesus Christ and the Son of God, but also we have to remember sisters of the world. And we have to remember Mary, Mother Mary, and we have to remember Mary Magdalene, and we have to remember all the women, saints, who have done such a wonderful, because women, feminine principle is the spirit. The masculine principle is matter. If you don't know that, this is how in India we say. The spirit is feminine. And feminine is introvert, inside, within. So when we speak the words are masculine. But the meaning of each word I say is feminine. So feminine and masculine together. There's no separation. It's not feminine there and masculine there. Every feminine has to embrace the masculine. You have meaning but no words. It's not enough. It's too implicit, like spirit. So when I say our Christian trinity of Holy Spirit, we have to also remember holy matter. Matter is holy. The wood is holy. The trees are holy. The soil is holy. The women are holy. The men are holy. The children are holy. All living beings are holy, sacred. And so, Holy Spirit, wonderful, but holy matter also have to be remembered. So, I have created this new trinity of soil, soul, and society. The reason I created it because I think we are living in the age where we have forgotten our relationship with the earth, with the soil. You read newspapers, you Google, you hear Mrs. May talking about Brexit, you hear Trump declaring Jerusalem as the capital, as if that is the biggest problem of the world. But our whole planet Earth is in crisis. Our environment is in crisis. Before Brexit, before Jerusalem, before all these small matters, we have to think about how we take care of our planet Earth. How do we take care of soil? Hardly anybody talks about soil. You go to Hansard in our parliament, the ministers, even Jeremy Corbyn, even members of parliament, hardly talk about soil. Very little about nature, very little about environment. All they are stuck in party politics. So I would like to remind people that we are made of the soil. We are made of earth, air, fire, water. These are basic elements. And all your infrastructure, your banks, your buildings, your parliaments, your supermarkets, your industry, your technology, your science, your computers, everything is icing on the cake. The real cake is earth, air, fire, water. And this is our birthright. Every living beings have this birthright to have clean air, pure water, and pure soil, clean soil. If we contaminate our soil, if we pollute our water, pollute our air, and have lots of banks and lots of parliament houses and lots of universities and lots of airports and lots of high-speed railways, what is good of that? If we lost our soil, if we lost our trees, if we lost our water, polluted, and always have to have a water in your plastic bottle. The moment you put water in a plastic bottle, it's already polluted. You think that's clean water. It's not any more clean water. The plastic bottle is polluted by the plastic. Only the commercial vested interest capitalist system tells you and sells you the plastic bottle full of water as a pure water, better water than what you get in the tap. It's not true. The tap water is better than the water in plastic. And so, if you are interested in resurgence, please discard any plastic, or as much as you can plastic from your life. Plastic bags, plastic bottles, plastic packaging. Try to reduce, if not eliminate altogether. And this is what David Attenborough is going to talk about tomorrow. And he's going to say how much plastic there is in the ocean. There's more plastic in the ocean at the moment, or becoming more and more plastic in the ocean than the fish. And therefore, we have to embrace the importance of the environment, of nature, of soil. The word for soil in Latin is humus. Humus, not the humus we just ate there, but spelled differently. Humus. And the word humus means soil, and from that word comes human. So humans and humus come from the same etymological root. And therefore, human beings are literally soil beings. Mm-hmm. We are all soil beings. Human beings mean soil beings. But we have forgotten soil. We don't touch the soil. Even the farmers don't touch the soil. I was just talking with my friend Eleanor, and that farmers, more and more farmers, are riding on these huge machines, combined harvesters and huge tractors, and these huge factory farms where all the automated robots and machines, they don't touch the soil, they don't touch the animals anymore. And so we have to touch the soil. And I'm delighted that in England, in Britain, but in England especially, gardening is very important. And English love gardening. And I think our farms should turn into gardens. And we should garden our land rather than farm. Because farms have become factory farms. And they have become very pollutant. And gardeners don't use so much chemicals and fertilizers and pesticide and herbicide. But the farmers use much more. Because they're interested not to produce food, but produce commodity. And commodity is not the same as the food. They are producing food in order to make money. They are not producing food to feed people. Where you are a gardener, you are producing food to feed yourself, to feed your neighbor, to feed your family, to feed your friends. So this is why I always say England should be gardened and not farmed. That would be my vision. So soil for me is a symbol of all natural world. Soil is the ground from which everything comes. When we have food, delicious food here, the lovely bread, the lovely soup, what is it? Soil transformed. You are wearing jumpers, clothes. What are they? Soil transformed. We have this building, the rocks, the stone, soil transformed. We have delicious apple. In India we have delicious mangoes. Sweet, colorful, juicy, fragrant. Where does it all come from? All come from the soil. The tree trunk is soil transformed. The blossoms on the apple tree, soil transformed. Blossoms turning into fruit, soil transformed. You put one seed in the soil, and that seed, soil puts its body into the seed. Jesus Christ gave his body for the benefit of the humankind and the world. The seed gives its body. Seed is Jesus Christ of ecology. Seeds give its body. The seed disappears. It's, the moment you put seed in the ground, you have buried it. It's gone. So never you see it again. But after giving its body to the soil, and the soil giving itself to the seed, that seed becomes a plant, and a tree, and a trunk, and the branches, and the leaves, and the blossom, and the fruit. So all soil transformed. So we have to really understand and appreciate and celebrate soil. If we forget the soil, if we forget nature, and nature is soil. Everything is held by soil. The water is held by soil. The rivers are held by soil. And so, soil is a symbol. And so if we can embrace nature, celebrate nature, I'm very romantic about nature. It's a beautiful, like romantic poets, William Blake and many other, Shelley and Keats, and even Shakespeare. Shakespeare says, tongues in trees, tongues in trees. You think trees don't speak. They may not speak English, but they do speak. And Shakespeare heard the trees speaking. And that's why I say tongues in trees. And he says books in running brooks. You think you have to have a Bible or Quran or Bhagavad Gita or Shakespeare's books or William Blake's books. But Shakespeare said, don't look at my books. Go out in the brooks. There are books in the brooks. Is it amazing?
Yes.
And then he goes further than that. The next sentence is the most radical statement. He said, sermons in stones.
Yes.
You don't have to go to cathedrals and churches and mosques and temples to hear the sermon. Sermons in stone.